Yo, what is going on? It's Ashton Shanks. I'm so excited that you're here watching this video. I'm actually right now in Orlando, Florida at the 2023 Funnel Hacking Live event. But I wanted to get this video out to you because this is one of my favorite videos and trainings on marketing that I've ever done, because it takes the complex thoughts of what is marketing, what is persuasion, and I feel like it distills it down into such a easy to understand principle and mental model for you to think about as you're writing marketing, right? Literally everything that you know about marketing, sales can be compressed into this training that you're about to watch. And so I'm so excited for you to watch it. If you like trainings like this, be sure to subscribe, like the video. I'm so excited for all the value and trainings that we're gonna be bringing to this channel over the next few weeks, months. It's gonna be incredible. And so make sure you bookmark this, check with us. We drop new content every single week. And without further ado, go ahead and jump into this training, enjoy, and let it impact your marketing, your business. I'll see you on the other side. So now I want to play a game here. This is a fun marketing game, and I want to throw up an object, and I want you to think like marketers, think like advertisers, and respond back to me, and we'll like jam on like, what would we have to do in our marketing strategy to sell this product specifically? Okay. So let's start out with this. I want to start off with a drill. Okay. A drill. Zzz, right? You're like putting stuff in walls, right? Screws, you're putting in holes, pilot holes, whatever, right? Someone talk to me about what would we need to advertise? Like, why do people buy a drill? How would we sell a drill or advertise a drill? Talk to me about some either pain points or pleasure points or angles that you would do to sell the drill. Just fire out. What do you got?
Probably need less tools after you buy a drill. So you like putting a hole in could be way harder without a drill.
Okay. So we would say, want less tools, get a drill. Okay.
Get the job done faster.
Okay. Get it faster.
Makes your home feel like home. You know, you got your,
Ooh,
I don't know, Korean band posters up. You got your, I don't know, you got your all kinds of stuff up, which is nice.
So it makes a home feel like a home. What else? What other angles would we come at it?
You could show like ergonomics of like the comfort of use and like kind of like how it's used, like actually someone like demonstration, more marketing.
Comfort of use. Okay, cool.
Longer run time for the batteries. It's one of the biggest things that they.
Longer run time.
If you want to hit them with identity play, I'm going to just, make the assumption that majority of people buying a drill would be men. And you could go into sort of making them feel like the man of the house, or alternatively, a DIY woman who doesn't need no man, because I got this drill.
Interesting.
You could even potentially throw rocks at contractors too. You're like, don't want to hire a contractor, tired of contractors not doing their job, do it yourself, buy a drill.
Comfort of use,
Comfort of use, yeah. Okay. Any other angles?
Like doing a project with a significant other, with your kid or whatever,
It's a good one.
Great.
Son and father. There you go.
There you
What
go.
was that?
No, I was just saying to Nick, like it sounds nice. That got me an image in my head. It was like a son and a dad like bonding together in a garage.
Mhm.
That was nice.
Yep. Son and dad. Love it. All right. So this is great. I love this. Notice how, we started off with like, okay, very, very kind of like top level, like very aware, right? For our market to go, want less tools or get it done faster, right? It's faster than cranking it with your hand, right? We're very top level, very aware marketplace, right? But as we typically go on, right? And the deeper we go, notice how as we go more this way, the more emotional it gets, right? The more emotional, the more deep, the more internal connections we have to find, right? Why is that? Why do you think that we just naturally, like, I didn't tell you guys to do that. You just have naturally done that. Why is that? Any thoughts?
And you just kind of start getting rid of some of the surface level, like tactical reasons why someone buys it. And it forces you to kind of strip back those layers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely one reason. It's like we've knocked out the easy ones, right? It's just the lowest hanging fruit. But now we're going deeper and deeper and deeper. But let me ask you a question. Which angle do you think will resonate more? This one, bonding with dad? Or do you think getting done faster?
And if you're talking to a contractor, getting it done faster means more. If you're talking to a dad who's a DIY dad at home, bonding probably means more. Or it's the mom that wants to buy the gift for Christmas.
Oh my gosh. It's brilliant. You hit it right on the head, right? It doesn't matter. Like, we don't know that. We don't know which one will work, right? Because for someone who just knows they need to drill, why do I need to tell them they need to bond with their son? They don't, right? Like, they just need, like, my wrist hurts because I'm freaking trying to do this thing on the wall and my wife is yelling at me because it's Christmas and we got to get holiday decorations up in the house and she wants it to look amazing. But I don't have any tools. So I'm just like hand cranking it. And I'm just like, my gosh. Okay. I've got a company to run. I've got things to do. I don't have time to just spend all day massaging my wrist because it's now like inflamed because I'm tired of screwing this thing in the wall, right? It doesn't matter. Let me show you a different model. Let me show you a different perspective here. You guys see this? My amazing drawing. You guys know I went to school for art, so be gentle, right? So I want you to take example of this view here. And this right here is you. This guy right here. Well, that's an arrow pointing to like a very inconvenient, unfortunate. You know what I'm talking about. You're not there. You're this person right here. Okay. That's what I mean. That's us. That is businesses, right? I want you to think about marketers, business brands. That is what exists right here is brands, businesses, right? And this, can anyone take a guess who these people are? It's the market, right? It's the market. It's our audience. It's who we're trying to reach, right? And they're all saying something, right? This person is saying, yes. This person's saying, meh. Meh. This person's saying, nope. This is, I need. Maybe. Right? This is the market. This is how they respond. And what we do as businesses, as what we do as brands, we send messages to our market. We're just sending them love notes, right? We're sending them different ads, different placements. We're all just sending the information to them. And what we're doing, right? We send that and obviously the market responds and that's our result, right? But what we want to start asking ourselves, right? What we want to start asking ourselves and ultimately what every business around the world does. And this is kind of like the agreement that I came to recently. Was like, I was actually at a mastermind with Isaac and I sent him over this. I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually what we're doing. This is what marketing is. Every single time, all we are doing, the person who wins is the person who does this best. Is this how you feel? That is all that we do as marketers, as brands, as businesses. The business that can answer this question the most accurately is going to win every single time. The business that can best articulate how they feel is the winner. Is the market more aware of their solution to where I don't need to tell them that they need to bond with their son? I need to tell them that this is how you get your honey-do list done faster without your wife nagging at you. And so you can go back to watching football on Sunday. That's all we're doing, right? We are sending messages out into the market and going, is this how you feel? Is this how you resonate? And the companies that do it best, right? Let's talk about Apple. Apple's evolved over the years, right? Because now they're a completely different game. But in the beginning, when Apple was incredible, when Apple really took the market, they didn't win because they were the laptop to use if you're a hipster and you're in college and you want to edit photos. They launched because they understood that the market, their customer base, the world wanted to be in technology. They wanted to have their own computer. They saw the value, but back then you either had to have a lot of money to have your own computer or you had to know code. There was no other way to really have that computer, the technology to be tapped in. But Apple knew that the market wanted to be there, wanted to be on the cutting edge, and they needed a product that was simple enough for them to use and affordable enough for them to use. And that's how Apple got on the market. They understood how their market felt, and they delivered the message in a way that stood better than the rest. That is all companies do. You want to go out and look at every company that is doing really, really well now. What message are they conveying to their market? And they win because the market is repeating back to them, yes, that is how we feel. But then we see competitors. How do sub niches happen? How do the little guys stay profitable? It's because they find subsections, enough of a market that goes, that's how we feel, not how this one over here is telling us how to feel. We feel like that, so therefore we go to that company. That is how cereals work. That is how every grocery store in the world has the same product, but different brands 5 different times. And you see some companies that have literally the same product, but they just put different branding on them because they know it resonates to a different market. It's the same company that owns all 3 brands, but they're hitting different subsections because they understand that this section of the market feels this way, this section of market feels this way. And so why I wanted to do this training is because it's so important. We kind of lose our way in this because we start diving into conversion theory, conversion heuristic, clever hooks that catch attention and disruption. And we forget that sometimes, actually, the most important thing, not sometimes, every time, the most important thing is to resonate with the audience the most. Now, how can we come up with the most clever or witty hook or make them laugh or get disruption? But how do we make them feel the most heard, the most understood? You see in markets today, advertisers everywhere, even especially in the online marketing space or lead generation space, we go for the biggest claim. We go for the craziest thing. Like, how can we make them go, oh, I need 50 clients tomorrow, and that's why I'm going to sign up for this thing because that's what I want. No, that's not what they want. They want to feel understood. They want to feel like someone has been exactly where they've been and they found the path out. And that's how you're going to get conversions, not through crazy claims. Super important. So basic. But when's the last time you've asked yourself, am I conveying myself in a way that they understand, that they feel understood? Not, do I have a good hook? Do I have a good headline? Good is dependent on what? Relevance. Everything in advertising is about relevance. Relevance to where they are in life, relevance to how they consume advertising, right? So we talk about the modalities before. How does your market consume? Are they better in video? Are they better through PDFs? It depends, right? But even that comes down to not which one is better, but which one is more relevant to your market. Where else are they spending time? How else do they consume entertainment? What are why we look for other things that they love? Like, for example, why would I go after, and if I know my market loves to watch Mr. Beast, why would I then create ads like a Mr. Beast content or a funnel like a Mr. Beast content? Is because I know that's the modality they're already used and entertained to collect, to watch, to consume. So if they consume it that way, I want to replicate it. I want to be relevant, but not in the point of disruption or cleverness. One of the famous sayings that Jonathan always says, it's like, it's always better to be clear than clever. But even more importantly, why clear is more important than clever is because clear oftentimes is more relevant to them. They don't understand, like, cleverness takes bandwidth for me to understand, to connect the dots in my head. Cleverness means I have to understand the joke to get the joke. Right? You ever been the one who like tells a joke and then like everyone stares at you and you're like, you think it's the most hilarious thing in the world? Why? You have context. They don't. You have relevance. It's not relevant to them. You talk about, like, if we made a media bar joke, right? Like that meme. I don't know if you guys have seen that meme, right? Where it's like the guy who's like, if I do this and duplicate this ad set, and we might get a 0.26 better click-through rate on this, and our conversion rate will go up this by this percent. And then you have the guy underneath them who's like, mohawk, sitting at the desk, feet up on, he's like, let it rip, right? We get that meme and we think it's hilarious. If you don't know exactly, some of you are like thinking this is hilarious. Some of you are like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is the exact point. It's relevant because some of you have seen it, some of you haven't, and it makes sense. And it makes sense to you on an advertising level. It's humorous, right? Some of you it's not. So I wanted to do this training because every single funnel that you guys have right now, every single ad, every single angle, I want you guys to do that exercise. Write down the product. What is the product? I don't care what it is. Leads for real estate agents. Great. Different ways we could sell that. Work yourself around, because guess what? Your first idea might be just as effective as your last or your 9th idea. Both might be really good. You have no idea, but you've got to take that step into their world and go, and we've said this in the training, right? It's like we could advertise to any market, but there is a more profitable market. Where is our most profitable market, right? You see Home Depot and Lowe's, and a lot of the times, like, they're not actually, their market, they don't really talk about legacy much. They actually used to about 5-6 years ago. I remember commercials where they're like, dad and son are going up. They're going to like build this, clubhouse in the backyard, right? But nowadays, if you actually pay attention to their commercials, they're very much more of a have an active project. We're the guys to go to. And you see what people are doing. They're like, in the commercials, they're like picking out paints and they're bringing it back to their house and they're actually showing the painting. It's like, these are people who are active in a project and they need something. So you should come to Lowe's, right? And so Lowe's is positioning there, even if their market is not actively in a project, the commercial stands to put the image in their head of when you are in an active project, where do you go, right? If I said right now, I need you to build a clubhouse in your backyard, very few of you, there might be a couple of you, but very few of you will probably think of some local no-name lumber shop. Most of you are probably going to think of Home Depot or Lowe's, but those other shops still exist. There's other places that still exist that sell that stuff. It's just, we have kind of been conditioned to understand now that like when I have an active project, I go to those places because they have what I need. Well, we've been told that, right? Was this helpful? Was this valuable? It's unique?
Yeah, that was fun.
What questions do you guys have? No questions? Damn, I'm a good teacher, guys. We explain things where no one ever has any questions.